welcome back to RC Nerd. Right, I hope you enjoyed the ER-4 West Kirby bash. It was absolutely freezing. I must realise if it's slightly windy here, it's going to be completely windy down there. But there was a few issues. I was getting so far away and this was just cutting out. I had it on two S's and I feel that maybe one was draining wrong. So I think one was 3000 milliamp and the other one was 4900. So with them not being identically the same, I think there might be something wrong. But I found out it was the receiver. This broke off, so I've replaced it with a brand new one. The best thing about these, I had a problem with the on and off switch. It was not turning on and on, and as I told you in the video, I'm having a few issues with the diff being slightly slack, so I'm going to be doing a rebuild on it, and today's the day it gets that big. See, literally when I put my finger there, it's turning too much. It should be like 3 or 4 or something like that, and it was handling well enough. I just want to service the diff and I want to make sure that, you know, like, it's just a bit too much play in that for me. So I'm gonna take the diff out, and you could either take the bottom out, which is, if I remember correctly, these here, and then the diff should lift out, I think. But that's about it really. I was happy with the run. I do need to invest in a stronger one of these, because it was, well, just seemed to be a bit sloppy. I thought it was, even though it was handling well. It's only a cheap servo. I think I got it ages ago off some job lot, so you know, I'm very happy with the outcome. Not happy with this wiring. That was another thing that I was bringing up to everybody. There's a few issues with that. Literally I've just got to take all this out and hopefully it'll all just come out all in one go. Yeah, I really enjoyed myself. It's a shame about Terry's slash, but I was just coming down for the test and he just got in the way. But for a brand new part to snap that easily, I'm a bit concerned. So lucky enough I had spares here, so thanks for everybody donating. So I've just put up another part on and he's back on the road. So we'll be doing some more run-ins hopefully this weekend if the weather stays like it was. Try to get a little bit early, get more light. I'm happy with the suspension for now. I'm not going to start messing around with that. The main problem is this diff. It's too slack, and then I'm going to service the front and the back diff. So now let's get on with this. See you in a minute. Hello, welcome back. Right, I've took the, as you can see, I've took the centre diff out. The only problem I had was one of the nuts actually, well, not cross-threaded. They're not very strong, so I'm going to have to get stainless steel ones or something like that, but it's stuck in there, so I'm going to remove it. I had to drill a bit out. As you can see, it's still on the end there anyway, but I'll get that out later. So literally all I've got to do now is separate the diff from the housing, which is, this isn't doing too much of a bad. To tell you the truth, I'm doing this because I just felt like yesterday it was running well. Oh wow, it was running really well, but I just didn't feel like it was getting anywhere. Even though I wasn't very happy with the performance, and it kept cutting out because the receiver was dodgy, and I've rigged the failsafe up, so I knew there was nothing wrong there. It was because the end of it, as you can see, is missing. So it must have been causing some kind of feedback or something, I don't know. I decided to, I'll show you a little trick in a minute. If it works, it should do. Actually, it is very slack. This diff is, look at that, it's just too slack. There's nothing there at all, and you know, I'm going to be upgrading the electronic speed controller on it as well, so I don't want to damage it in any way, so I'm looking for a way of saving me money instead of wasting it. And I'll use a stainless phone for that. I was just concerned about the handling of it, and you know, the bearings are going to need doing. See what I've done? I've just separated that. I'll clean this up, give it a good wax down and clean up, and take off the, you know, literally give it a good greasing, so that's all up to date. There's sand everywhere, and I know it sounds stupid, but that's just a little problem that I can, you know, sort that out in a minute. So now I've took that apart, bollocks, which is which, that's universal. Time to just give the diff a bit of a clean up, get all that horrible gunk out of it. The problem with the buggy, why that's not being run, is because somebody's botched it up. They've actually put a different spur on. The spur's actually off, I think it's a Forza or a Truggy. It's not the right one anyway, so until I get the new diff, which won't be long now, I'll be able to rebuild it and get some proper videos done. But for now it's just sitting on the shelf. Right, this is the diff. It's very, it's had it. So put that in there. So what I'm going to do is, I've got this here. I have to clean that out because there's segments in there of, what should we call it? I don't know why I was using that, but put it this way they are. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump cut, and I'm going to show you what it's like inside here. So be back in a minute. Right, back again. As you can see, it's completely dry. There's nothing in that. It's just dead. It's not even got any. Literally, what was making it move? Look, see, it's just slack. Also, for them people who watch my video on my actual buggy, this was what happened. If you can see it? See how bad they are? Well, that's the reason why I'm not touching the buggy until I get the right parts. People have tried to botch it up. Well, I see it as I've lost a good slash for it, but I've gained a good buggy, a good electronic speed controller. So, right, I'm gonna clean this out, take it apart, get it all out I think, and I'm going to use, if I can remember where it is, bollocks, I got this and my mate recommended it to me. Never heard of the company before. 7,000 for the centre. I'll give it a go. If it's not right, I'll change it. So literally I'll be using that in the diff, and I'm going to clean that up, and the way I clean it up is see, I've actually cleaned up them all, and you've got to remember there's two little shims here. I believe the MT4 that Will's got is exactly the same. Also there's two each for the planetary gears. These are satellite gears, and I've checked around each of the shafts, they're all fine. I'm going to show you what I made. This is my homemade bearing cleaner. It's got WD-40 in it and a mixture of silicone cleaner that I use for bearings on JCBs. Bit of mesh in there, and the bearings are sitting there. Just give it a good old shake, get it all activated. You don't like it? Oh shit. As you can see, all the crap that's coming out of it. And then I use this bearing juice, which I've had for a while. See, I've had it for like over a year now, and I've got loads left. So I got that. So literally cleaning them up, and I cleaned out the diff case, diff housing, if you want to call it, outer case. Got all the oil. There was a lot. All there was on it was this horrible. That was it. That's all the oil was on it. So I'm glad that I listened to Two Stroke, and I listened to I can't remember his name, the new subscriber subscribed to me. He did an hour-long rebuild of I think it was a Hyper 7 diff, I think, or it was a Haboa. Anyway, whatever he did, he done a really good job, and I checked all the pitting. There's no pitting in there. There's no brake. As you can see, there's no brand new. So I'm gonna rebuild this now, and then I'm gonna do the filling of the diff oil. That's 7,000. Don't care. I'm going to try 7,000. I can always do it again. So now I have to take it apart now. So anyway, be back in a minute. See what you think. Hello, welcome back. As you can tell, I've rebuilt the diff. I'm just putting the putting this diff oil in, or whatever you call it, diff silicone. It's like, look, it's like snot. What I'm doing, I'm just filling it up to near enough over the gears, not too much, don't want to flood it. And then what I do is just give it a bit of a turn, keep my eye on it, see it's now sinking below the, as I call it, the X bar. See the X bar there, the planetary bar? Subtly, when it just pops out, I give it just a bit of a push, and then it seems to be okay. There's a few air bubbles in there, so I'm going to let it settle down, and that'll do now. That's enough. So that's it really. 7,000, what am I using? 7,000 CPS silicone shock oil, diff oil. You know what, that's really annoying me, because people are saying, oh, you do this, you do that, you do this, you do that. Well, I do it my own way. I learn by trial and error. You know, I'm no professional, and I don't want to be a professional. As you can see, the oil's pitted a little bit in the middle, and now it just decided to go down again. So I'm just going to stick some more in, and it should be slightly, it's slightly over the gears now. It's over the gears, so that should be a bit better. Do you know what I'm doing? I'm purposely annoying it, so I get the it's like gunk. Don't even want to say on camera what it reminds me of, but that's it really. This is the sensor diff. I've got all the new oil, the new diff oil for the front and the back, and that's it really. And I'll show you what it's like when it's rebuilt. Okay, see you in a minute. Hello, right, I've put the diff back together. Much better. There's a lot of resistance there now. Before it was just slack. If you watch the video with the ER-4, you actually see where it's like a mad dog playing around. So the bearings are much better as well. The spinning, there's no grittiness with them. I'm actually quite happy with that. That's enough for me. Will, if I remember you saying you were having problems with the diff leaking, well, I've actually found an idea. Now it's up to you, you can do it if you want. I use gasket sealant. I put a little bead in around it, and it's completely cured it. So done it first time, it's just pissing out. Must be a manufacturing fault from Thunder Tiger, but as you can see, that diff's, well, it's absolutely brilliant in my eyes. So I'm going to rebuild it now. Won't be any running videos today because it's 20 to 11 now. But I hope that helped people, and I'll be doing the front and the back diff as soon as the oil comes and I can afford it. But there you go, one repaired diff, and it actually has a lot of weight. Before it had no weight, it just felt like an empty piece of plastic. Actually feels like it's good. I use 7000 S-Works, a friend of mine recommended this. Some people reckon putting 15. I'm doing what I want to do. If you want to go higher, by all means. But all I can say is that I have actually loved every minute of doing this, and hopefully I'll be doing it again very soon. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Take it easy. Watch out for animals on the beach or wherever you go, because I was watching a video the other day that some idiot put up on YouTube. He thought it was quite funny to go and annoy dogs and animals. I don't like that. I'm actually an animal lover. I don't like people that have some kind of stupid idea of thinking, I know, let's have a bit of a laugh and pick on a poor animal. Well, I don't want to pick on a poor animal, and I wouldn't expect everybody else to do it. So this is, you know, a bit of a warning. When you take your cars out, be a little bit, you know, understanding to the public, and hopefully one day we might all get realised that we're a good people, not just hooligans with toys as we get branded with anyway. But see you soon anyway. Take care. Bye.